I left my phone. What's up, everybody? I don't have my little window thing because I'm not driving my car, and my little window thing for my Osmo is in my car. So I have the tripod in a cup holder. That's why we're at this downward slant type thing. It's hot, but yeah, man, back from the Bahamas, back in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I want to talk to you guys about my first ever international video shoot and the mistakes that I made on this trip. And you know, I've never traveled internationally before, period. So this is my first stamp on my passport, and it was a really fun experience, but I've made tons of mistakes. But I'm only going to talk about the 5 that stood out to me, my 5 biggest mistakes that I've made, and it sucked. The first mistake that I want to talk about is not having my passport when I was supposed to have my passport. I almost missed out on this job by not having my passport. Luckily, the company waited for me to get my passport, but I barely made the cut, really, because I waited too long to get my passport. I've been pushing it off. I've been meaning to get my passport for years, and I just pushed it off. I was procrastinating on getting my passport. So now, I'm not having my passport now, but I could have gotten it a lot sooner. But no, somebody wanted to play games and be lazy. So yeah, get your passport now. If you're a content creator, videographer, photographer, or just if you're an adult, get your passport. It's definitely a good thing to have, and it's not that expensive. It's really affordable. Just go get your passport. It's super easy to get. So definitely get that passport. I probably said that a million times in this video. Yeah, that's cool. Anyway. Another thing. Mistake number 2. Mistake number 2. Sound like that song, Boyfriend Number 2. Anyway. Make sure you pack light or pack appropriately. I got so nervous that I overpacked, and I packed more than what I needed. I've only used maybe like 20% of what I brought, and it was me overpacking because I was so nervous. Like, yeah, I need to bring this, I need to bring that. I brought everything, and I overpacked. Bag cost was extra. My bag was too heavy. I had way too much equipment to keep up with, and I'm just getting overwhelmed. Like, I have so much stuff, and then I end up losing stuff because I had too much stuff. So I'm just like, pack what you absolutely need. What I should have done, I should have packed the stuff that, you know, I usually bring on gigs at home, because I'm a minimalistic filmmaker. I like to bring the least amount of gear possible. And that's why I vlog on my Osmo Action all the time, because I don't want to carry around my Sony with a microphone and all that stuff. And I mean, yeah, it's better audio and probably in its better image quality, but it's just too much for me. So I can't wait till they make the microphone thing for the Osmo. But I'm getting off track. So definitely be aware of how much you pack, and don't overdo it, because you don't need your whole catalog of film gear. So definitely be aware of that. And this is the biggest thing, honestly. It should have been number 1. Ask the right questions. Ask your client the right questions. Do your research on the company. Do your research on the location that you're going, the country that you're visiting, the city. Do research on where you're staying, and ask all the right questions. If you do your research, you would know what questions to ask. And I was super excited. I thought, I'm so excited. I didn't ask any questions. I didn't do any real research. I went out there and was like, yo, what? It wasn't bad, but I was shocked, because what I had in my head was different from what I saw and what I did. And I mean, it's cool. It turned out to be great. It was an amazing experience, but ask the right questions. That way you'll be better prepared. And that goes back to packing. If you ask the right questions, you will know how to pack, what to pack, and you will know what to do. And definitely, asking the right questions will get you far. Not only on international video shoots, but any other shoot, anything that you do, always ask the right questions. Partnerships, whatever, collaborations, always ask the right questions. Can't stress that enough. And this is a no-brainer. This is something that you should always do. And this is what I usually do at home before every gig is test your gear. Definitely test your gear, because I do all my editing on my PC. You know, it's fast, so it's a workhorse. And I do all my editing on there. And when I got to Andros, Bahamas, and I was about to, play with some footage and do, a test edit or whatever, come to find out my Premiere Pro wasn't updated on my laptop and I couldn't use it. So I had to spend, internet wasn't that fast out there. Internet wasn't great. So I had to spend at least three hours just downloading Premiere and getting Premiere on the computer. So when I could have tested that at home and got everything done at home, but I didn't do that. And good thing I tested my hard drives, because if my hard drives weren't working, I'd be screwed. How would I back up my footage? But that's definitely important. Test your gear. Even if you test it, say if you're playing leaves in the morning, test your gear at night. And if you could wake up early enough to retest it, cool. Always double check everything. Double test everything. Make sure everything is working the way it's supposed to work, and as soon as you get there, test it again. Because say you arrive on a Saturday, but you're not shooting on Sunday. You're not starting your shoot till Sunday. Then it worked when you left, but it's not working when you got there, because maybe something shifted on the plane, or whatever the case may be. So you will have time to find a store, or maybe somebody has a replacement memory card or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just always test your gear constantly. And what I did was every night after every day of shooting, I backed up my cards to 2 hard drives. That's definitely important. This is just a bonus tip. Back your footage up on 2 hard drives. Why 2? Because one hard drive can fail. It has happened before to me and other people. So I brought 2 hard drives, and I backed all my cards of all my footage every day on each hard drive. That was how I ended every night. And then I formatted that card. So definitely do that, and it will be awesome. Hope you guys can see me with the sun behind me. It's just like this huge backlighting glare. And of course, this may sound stupid, but we all make dumb mistakes in our career. Bring enough cash. When you're in the States, you don't really know me. I don't carry a lot of cash, and I've gotten to the habit of not carrying cash. So I didn't bring a lot of cash. Ended up running out of cash. Luckily, I didn't need a bunch of cash. But if something would have happened while I was down there, I was kind of screwed, because Andros Island isn't super developed. It's not like Nassau, where developed, but there weren't no ATMs, no normal stores that we go to, and everything was cash driven for the most part. So luckily I knew some people where if I had to, I could cash app somebody money and they lend me cash, but I didn't have to do that. So definitely bring a lot of cash. Don't be like me, get into the habit of not carrying cash ever, and then you go out of the country, you just don't think about it. So definitely don't make that stupid mistake. Be on top of your game always. But yeah, those are no text on my driving. But definitely, those were the mistakes that I've made on my first international video shoot. I've made more, but I just wanted to highlight some of the big mistakes in my opinion. But definitely leave a comment of the mistakes you've made on your first international video shoot, even if it wasn't your first shoot internationally, or just any shoot that you've done, whether it's in your country or out of your country or in your city. Let's talk about it, man. Let's share stories. Peace.